question is with regard to priority species. Okay. So, which of the following statements is or are correct regarding priority species? Priority species is a species which is selected to act as a symbol for a defined habitat. Priority species is a classification by the World Wildlife Fund. For World Wildlife Fund, priority species must be a keystone species. Select the correct answer using the quotes given below. So, yes, you have to pick out the correct statements from the three. See, priority species is a WWF term. Okay, priority species is a WWF term, and it is basically used for the purpose of planning and simple communication. Okay, this particular term of priority species which is being devised by WWF, it is used solely for the purpose of planning and other simple communication. And priority species, that as a concept, it is reflective of the key threat which is caused for organisms across a particular eco-region. Now, with regard to priority species, it has got both like global significance and national significance. When we come to our country, like there are many priority species which is being designated by WWF, like the Bengal tiger, the Asian elephant, the Indian greater one-horned rhino, then the red panda, snow leopard, Gangetic river dolphin, all these are priority species as per WWF India. Okay. Now, going back to the question, first statement says priority species is a species selected to act as a symbol for a defined habitat. So, what is the name of that species which is selected to act as a symbol or an icon of a particular habitat or a particular region? It is flagship species and not priority species. So, first statement is actually talking about flagship species and not priority species. So, here first statement it is wrong. Priority species is a classification by WWF India, that is right. Yes, second statement here it is right. For WWF, priority species must be a keystone species. Is it so? No. For WWF to select a particular species or categorize it as a priority species, there is no such necessity that it should be a keystone species or it should be a flagship species. Okay. So, it can be both keystone or it can be flagship. Okay, either keystone or flagship. It is not necessary that it should be a keystone species. So, third statement it is wrong, which means here your answer will be option D, 2 only. Okay, so that is with regard to priority species. So, just go and surf the WWF site, you will get to know which all are the priority species that is being categorized by WWF India from our country. Okay. So, here your answer is option D, 2 only. Yes, next question is with regard to Isi-Sanek, which is recently seen in news. Okay, so this is like a terminology related question. If you have come across this particular news, then only you will be able to answer this particular question. Okay, so recently researchers have determined, or they have come to a conclusion that two dinosaur skulls which were actually unearthed way back in 1994, these dinosaur skulls which were unearthed in 1994, they belong to a new species of dinosaur which they have named as Isi-Sanek. Okay, so if you have come across this particular piece of news, then you will actually make this particular question right. Otherwise, you will not be able to do it. Okay, so here the answer is option A, dinosaur species. So, this is the first evidence of a distinct Greenland dinosaur species. So, that is the answer for this particular question. It is option A, dinosaur species. Which of these statements is or are not correct regarding Glasgow Leaders Declaration on Forest and Land Use? Very, very important with regard to the 26th Conference of Parties and the declaration that was taken. Okay, so that is known as the Glasgow Leaders Declaration on Forest, Laws and Land Use. Now, the first statement says, recently at COP26 Climate Summit, 127 countries signed this declaration. They pledged to halt and reverse forest loss and land degradation by 2075. India is not a signatory to this declaration. So, for this particular question, it is very important that you should be aware about the current happenings. So, recently, that is in November 2021, the 26th Conference of Parties, that is the Glasgow Summit on Climate Change, took place, and there a declaration was made which is known as the Glasgow Declaration on Forest and Land Use, under which the 127 countries they pledged to halt and reverse the forest loss and land degradation by the year 2030. Okay, it is by the year 2030. And keep in mind that India has not signed this particular declaration, or India is not a party to this particular declaration, as it objected like trade being interlinked with the climate change and forest issues in this particular agreement. Okay, so citing that as a reason, India has not signed the Glasgow Declaration. So keep these points with regard to Glasgow Declaration. Coming back to the question, the first statement says, recently at COP26 Climate Summit, 127 countries signed this declaration. Yes, that is a right statement. Even though it is a factual one, it is a right statement and you need to know it. Okay. Second statement says they pledge to halt and reverse forest loss and land degradation by 2075. See, 2075 is such a long period, like 2075. Even if you can apply that particular logic, you can eliminate the second statement. It is not 2075, it is 2030. India is not a signatory to this declaration. That is a right statement. But see here, it is asking the incorrect statements. So here incorrect statements, it is, yes, the second statement is the only incorrect one, which means you can go with option C, 2 only. Okay, so you can go with option C, 2 only. Here also you can apply the elimination technique. How? See, the main important information that was brought out with the Glasgow Declaration was that India was not a signatory to the Glasgow Declaration. So if you have read that particular thing, then definitely you can say that third statement is right, which means third statement should not be there in your answer. Why? Because the question is asking incorrect statements. So you can eliminate option A, option D. The remaining is B and C, which means either 1 or 2 will be the incorrect statement. Okay, so here you can go with option C, 2 only. Okay, the next question is with regard to Kunming Declaration. The Kunming Declaration is related to interest of China towards South China Sea, cybercrime, biodiversity conservation, gender equality. Okay, so recently, yes, this particular news was also there in the current affair part. So if you have revised it, or if you have at least gone through it once, then you can actually make this particular question right, because it is just an ABCD type question. Okay, so yes, it is related with biodiversity conservation. So recently, that is in October 2021, the 15th Conference of Parties to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity was held. That was the 15th meeting of the Conference of Parties to the CBD, and the theme of COP15 was ecological civilization, building a shared future for all life on earth. Okay, ecological civilization, building a shared future for all life on earth was the theme of COP15 of CBD. And the main um, outcomes of this particular COP was that, or this particular declaration, the Kunming Declaration, was that it calls upon the parties to mainstream the biodiversity protection, mainly in decision making, and also the importance in conservation of human health. Okay, conservation with regard to protecting the human health. All these aspects were taken into account while this particular Kunming Declaration was made during the 15th COP of CBD. And also keep in mind that this particular Kunming Declaration, it is only a document of political will and it is not a binding agreement. Okay, so Kunming Declaration is not a binding agreement and it is a document of political will only. So keep that particular point also in your mind. So here your answer will be is option C. It is related with biodiversity conservation. Okay, the next question is with regard to Milky Sea effect. Okay, you have to pick out the correct statements here. The first statement says it refers to an unusual marine phenomenon in the ocean in which a large amount of sea water appears to glow brightly at night. Second statement says it is caused due to the formation of aurora in the sky. Have to pick out the correct statements here. See, this particular phenomenon of Milky Sea effect, it is actually an unusual marine phenomenon where in the ocean a large amount of sea water, it appears to glow very brightly during the night time. Okay, and this is believed to have been caused by the bioluminescent bacteria which is present in the ocean, and also there are sightings that this is because of the presence of Noctiluca scintillans. Okay, we have seen this particular Noctiluca scintillans, which is responsible for the phenomenon of sea sparkle. Okay, so sea sparkle and all these phenomenon, it is related. So there are also findings that this particular phenomenon can be because of the presence of Noctiluca scintillans, which is popularly known as sea sparkle, which is a dinoflagellate. We know dinoflagellate, it is coming under the category of phytoplankton, so producers in the aquatic ecosystem. So it can be because of the Noctiluca scintillans, which is a dinoflagellate which can glow when the sea water is disturbed. So bioluminescence is the property by which an organism can emit light of its own from its body. Okay, so that is with regard to, yes, Milky Sea effect. Okay, so Milky Sea effect as well as sea sparkle, all these things are related. So here the first statement says, yes, it is an unusual marine phenomenon in the ocean in which a large amount of seawater appears to glow brightly at night. If you can actually relate Milky Sea effect, the term and the first statement, then definitely you can come to the conclusion that the first statement can be a right one. Okay. So the first statement here, it is right, and the second statement which says it is caused due to the formation of aurora in the sky, it is wrong. The formation of aurora in the sky has nothing to do with the Milky Sea effect, which means the second statement here, it is wrong, and your correct answer will be option A, 1 only. Okay, since the question is asking the correct statements. Next question is with regard to Haidapur wetland. Haidapur wetland, which was recently there in the news. Recently, Haidapur wetland in Uttar Pradesh is recognized as a Ramsar site. Second statement says it is a human-made wetland. Which of the following statements given above is or are correct? So you have to pick out the correct statements here. So keep in mind Haidapur wetland. Recently, it was designated as the 47th Ramsar site from our country. So Haidapur wetland, it is situated in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and it is a human-made or a man-made wetland which was made or which was formed way back in 1984. So that second statement is also a right one. And this particular wetland or this Haidapur wetland, it is one of India's very famous birding hotspot as well. Okay, so keep that point also in mind. So both the statements here, first statement says recently Haidapur wetland in Uttar Pradesh is recognized as a Ramsar site. Yes, it is right. Second statement says it is a human-made wetland. That is also right, which means your answer is option C, both 1 and 2. So here you must go and revise your the Ramsar Convention part, like what is Ramsar Convention, what was its background, then its related things like Monterey Accord, now how many Ramsar sites are there in India, all these things, its locations, everything you have to keep in mind. Okay. Yes, the last question. Consider the following statements regarding moose. First statement says it is the largest of all the deer species. Second statement says antlers are one of the unique features of moose. And third statement says it is found all over the northern hemisphere, mainly in colder climates. So moose, as you can see the figure, it is the largest of the deer species which is found, and the main feature, distinct or unique feature of moose is that of its antlers, as you can see from the picture itself. and it is found all over the northern hemisphere, and mainly especially you can see this particular species in the colder regions, in the colder climate areas. So here all the three statements are right with regard to moose. And also keep in mind, moose have poor eyesight, but it has got excellent sense of smell as well as hearing also. So keep that point in mind. So here all the three statements, they are right, which means option D 1, 2 and 3 is your right answer. Okay, so that's it with some of the questions which were asked for a challenger test from the environment part. Hope this video is useful for you. If you find it useful, please consider subscribing to our channel and also share it with your friends. Thank you.